All right. Take two. Take two.
Am I coming through okay?
Yeah.
So did you hear me the first time when I said, "Am I on?"
Yeah, no, no, I did. I did. I did.
Okay.
I heard you the first time when you came on, and I don't know, we got cut off somehow.
Yeah.
All right.
Because
So,
I don't know if you replied or not to when I asked if I was on, but in
yeah,
any
yeah,
case,
no,
I couldn't hear anything.
yeah, no, I did. We got cut off. All right. Anyway, orale. What's up, homies?
We are live. What's
We
today? The
are
19th?
live. It is the 19th today. Hell
Sunday,
yeah.
19th of July.
Yeah, you motherfuckers didn't think we'd do another one, but here we are again.
Yeah.
Another podcast. We're trying to stay as consistent as possible. We can, homies. And
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Would this be considered working on Sabbath?
I don't know if you're Jewish, that would be a Saturday.
Right. Well, I mean, there are some people who take Sunday as a seventh day. So for those people who subscribe to Sundays being the holy day, would this be considered working on Sabbath?
Well, I'm just gonna caveat that with those people are heathens.
Right. Okay. So, well, I mean, I think that kind of answers my question. So,
Because let's not forget, Jesus was a Jew. All right,
right,
he
it was.
was a
It
Jew.
was.
All right,
Yeah.
so he was talking about Yahweh. He wasn't talking about what Christians now recognize as God. But again, I'm not a religious scholar. I'm but a mere linguist, writer. You know,
Mm-hmm.
look, I got a degree in English, a really poor one, the average and shit.
Mm-hmm.
So don't take my word for it. Do your own goddamn research.
That's right. That's right.
Oh man.
I mean,
But I had a but I had a dream, man.
uh-huh.
And what the fuck is this? Oh, that's that cat that my ex's cats hate. It looks pregnant. Anyway,
Uh,
I had a dream last night.
uh-huh.
I'll tell you about that later. First, I wanted to address the situation that's near and dear to both Chino's and mine's heart, and that is that the USS Bonhomme Richard has, at least from what I can see, been saved from the
Mm-hmm.
fire, and not a total loss. They didn't let it burn to the waterline, so that is relatively good news.
Yes, they did not.
Relatively,
They kept fighting and they did not give up the ship.
they did
So
not give up the ship, so that is very commendable, highly
yeah.
commendable.
What is it? Bravo Zulu. Bravo Zulu to
Bravo Zulu to
you know,
everybody. Yeah,
yeah. Good job,
I
guys.
hope I hope every sailor that participated in the fire teams
Mm-hmm.
get awarded uh, for their actions and not giving up the ship, because
Yes.
they deserve it. I mean, I want to see some Navy and Marine Corps achievement medals.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see some Navy commendation
Commendations.
medals.
Yeah, I agree. I
You
agree.
know, that's what I want to see. I want to see a lot of them. There were a lot of ships that participated in that.
Yeah.
So, and I want the ships. I want the ships to get the same shit. I want to see
Right.
those, because people don't know this. They don't, unless you were in the Navy, you do not know this. But ships the ship itself can get awarded a medal.
Mm-hmm.
They get awards, and the ship displays their awards on their superstructures, right?
That's right.
On the structures of their ship. So they're like right where the bridge is at, and the bosun's mates paint them on there, so you can see what awards that ship has earned throughout its
Career.
career, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the sailors aren't the only ones that can get awards, but the ships as well. And yeah, I would like to see some, I would like to see some NAMs and some comms painted on all the ships that participated in this, because they definitely deserve it. Definitely deserve
That's
it.
right.
Bravo Zulu to those people.
That's right.
Let's be thankful no lives were lost either.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, those painted medals on the ship's superstructures are, it's a way of, it's the ship's way of flexing, you know,
yeah,
and I agree. I agree that we do need to recognize the people who, you know,
hello, you got cut out there for a minute. You got cut out. You good?
can you hear me?
You good? I can hear you.
All right,
Can you hear
cool.
me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah. All right. All right. Which headphone you using?
Yeah, I'm using the right one. It's my dumb ass forgot that I had set 2 alarms just in case I don't wake up to the first one, and
Oh.
it went off, and yeah, I was, I don't know if you guys heard that or not on the recording, but it
Just
started chiming, so I'm like, okay, shit,
no, no.
right in the middle of me talking about the body dick.
Yeah, right. Nah, you just get cut out. You just got cut out. For the audience to know, we get up at the butt crack of dawn in order to record these so that we don't wake anybody up, because obviously, as I'm sure if you've heard the podcast before, we're in remote locations. Chino's in Vegas and I'm in San Diego, and we're using our cars as mobile studios, and we're recording this on an
That's right.
iPhone and Bluetooth headsets.
That's right.
So we're living in two of the hottest places in the country right now. Air conditioners on.
Yep. Yeah, and I got
So,
I got roommates who I don't want to bother and wake up, and I mean it is a Sunday,
yeah.
uh, you know they I'm sure they would appreciate me stepping out of the house and not waking anybody up with my loud ass voice.
Right. Out
You
of
know
courtesy. Out of courtesy.
exactly because we're good guys.
That's right. Because we're such nice guys. We're so
Yes.
nice. We're just very nice guys. I got
Right.
that from Heath Ledger's Joker, dude.
Oh, now okay. So not many people know this, but so Heath Ledger's Joker, right? It was I think
Don't
it was
worry,
one of the
folks. We'll get to Loki's thoughts on the Bonnie Dick here soon.
right, right. But excuse me, what the hell's wrong with my throat? Um,
Too much
I
weed,
swear,
man. Too much weed.
yeah, I swear it's not a corona, it's not coronavirus
Not the
clearing the
Rona.
throat.
Yeah.
It's a marijuana clearing of the throat.
It's a marijuana clearing.
Because I do I do chief quite a bit. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, Heath Ledger's Joker. His inspiration for his portrayal of the Joker in The Dark Knight was um, influenced or was based on Tom Waits. If you guys don't know who Tom Waits is, he is a fucking American treasure. His music changes lives. So go give him a listen. But there was an interview.
Shout out to Tom Waits.
Shout out to Tom Waits. He played Renfield in the Dracula movie with that Gary Oldman Dracula movie with Keanu Reeves and his
Bram Stoker's Dracula, directed by Francis Ford Coppola.
That's right. Good job. He played Renfield in that movie.
Right.
And he also played the devil in The Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus, Heath Ledger's final movie.
Right on.
And it's actually, in my opinion, it's great casting. Because Tom Waits is definitely one of those guys who he's cool enough. One of the few guys who's cool enough to play the devil.
Right.
But yeah, Heath Ledger's performance as the Joker in The Dark Knight is heavily inspired or heavily based on Tom Waits. There was this interview, kind of like, it was kind of like I guess the Australian equivalent of the Johnny Carson show.
Right.
Back in the day, and he went on this on this show, and he was being interviewed, and he just had this very like everything about Tom Waits, in that interview segment, the way he walked, the way he actually he wasn't walking, he was sauntering. It was almost like he was had this very like very unique way of moving,
Right,
and
right.
it was almost like he was prancing slash dancing, but
Yeah.
he didn't look awkward. Like, you know, it looked like this is what he's supposed to be doing. This is fucking Tom Waits. This is how he moves, you know.
Right.
And so from the way he moved to the way he spoke, the nuances of his speech, the way he smoked his cigarette, and the way he ashed his cigarette, like everything about that interview segment, you know, was it was, you could see he was just cool, you know, and I think that's what Heath Ledger was trying to go for, and I think he succeeded, you know. So,
Yeah. No,
shout out to
absolutely.
Tom Waits.
Shout out to Tom Waits.
And,
Rest in peace,
rest in
Heath Ledger.
peace. That's right. Rest in peace, Heath.
So back to the Bonnie Dick.
Yeah. Yeah. So on a more, you know, a more slightly serious note, yes. Shout out to the sailors of both the Bonhomme Richard and, you know, the all your ships.
Yeah, all of Naval Station San Diego just
Yes.
came out in force, saved that ship.
Yeah.
I think one of the unfortunate results of that fire is that a lot of sailors had to share firefighting equipment, and a lot of sailors have now tested positive for the Rona. So we hope those sailors get well quickly.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
do not have, as Dr. Fauci has put it, and many other doctors, do not succumb to a negative outcome.
Yes.
So yeah, we hope the best. We hope the best for all of them. That's for sure.
You guys are definitely in our thoughts. So, you know.
So yeah. Now, back to my dream.
That's right. Let's go on with your dream.
You will not believe the kind of fucking dream I had, dude.
Was it Jesus?
No, it was not Jesus.
I mean, you know, it is Sunday after all. Figured, you know.
I am Republican. I would have a dream about Jesus.
Is it Jesus? Is it white Jesus with a blonde hair, blue eyes, and guns? Was he armed?
No. He would have blue. He would have blue eyes, and he'd have brown hair because that's how he's portrayed. You know, brown hair. But no. It was not Jesus, and much to your chagrin, not Jesus sucking my dick, right? Which I have a question.
That was my next question, actually.
Right. Which, yeah, much to your chagrin, not sucking my dick. But I do have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Is it gay, right? Like, am I the one who's gay for having that dream, or is Jesus the one who's gay for sucking my dick?
Well, so back in junior high, I was no, actually no, my mistake. It wasn't junior high. It was high school. There was this book, ghostwritten by, or it was a Marilyn Manson book, and it was ghostwritten by Neil Strauss.
Oh, that's right. Neil Strauss.
Yeah, Neil Strauss ghostwrote this. He ghostwrote, not ghostwrote, but ghostwrote. He ghostwrote this book, and I believe the title is "The Long Hard Road Out of Hell."
Yeah.
And you know, it was about Marilyn Manson's experiences growing up and how he put together the Spooky Kids. That's the name of his band. Before it was known as Marilyn Manson, it was Marilyn Manson and the Spooky Kids.
Right.
And you know, in it, like I said, he was talking about his experiences growing up, and you know, and how there are rules about, you know, like what's gay and what isn't. And,
right.
In it, he says that if you're the one sucking dick, then you're gay. If you're the one getting your dick sucked, then you're not gay.
Okay. All right. So
like
me having a dream about Jesus sucking my dick would not make me gay. Jesus is the one who's gay for sucking my dick.
Yes.
Right.
And you know what? That would be.
Yeah. Go ahead.
No. I was just gonna say that, you know, Jesus being gay, that's actually pretty on brand if you think about it, because, you know, Jesus was considered to be a fisher of men.
Oh, well, remember, we had this discussion in a previous podcast where we said Jesus probably could be bisexual.
Right.
Bisexual,
right.
see?
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Now here's my question, right? What if you're the one sucking the dick, but you're only doing it on one knee? Does that still make you gay?
I guess, maybe a little bit. I guess there's levels to it,
I
I
know,
mean,
right? I mean, what are the
right,
rules? What are the rules to
right,
sucking dick,
exactly.
right?
Like,
I mean,
if
if
you
it's a
think about
prison,
it,
like if it's a prison situation, are you still gay for
right,
sucking the dick? I mean,
right,
because what is it you said? What did you say? I mean, what if you're doing 5 years, right?
yeah. Like, look, yeah, like, because I mean, I could see this potential conversation happening. Like, look, I ain't gay, but 5 years is 5 years. Like a five stretch is a five stretch. Like I'm not gay, but what that mouth do though? You know what I mean?
Right? I know,
So
right?
like 5 years is 5 years. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, if you're doing a
So
5 year stretch, of course you're gonna take a fucking blowjob. But I mean,
right,
if you didn't establish dominance early, it's like, I'll take what I can get. I'll suck some dick.
right. You know what I mean? So I guess there are. I guess you could group that into extenuating circumstances.
Right,
You know,
right,
kind of like
right.
in the Navy we have that saying,
It
"It's
ain't
not
gay
gay
if
if it's
it's yeah,
underway."
it's not
Exactly.
gay if it's
I mean,
underway.
it's the
That's
same
right.
thing. You know what I mean? You know, I mean, and you know what? Like, so what's the prevailing opinion right now, or at least what's slowly becoming the prevailing opinion is that sexuality is a spectrum, right?
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Exactly.
So I guess yeah, there's a spectrum involved,
Yeah.
even with within the LGBTQ thing,
Right.
so
They're like, we're gonna have to. I'm afraid that we're gonna have to conduct an investigation to determine whether you are a homosexual or not,
mhm,
given the homosexual act. Now, I have some
yes,
questions for you.
all right.
Did you swallow?
Yeah, like did you swallow or did you spit?
Did you swallow or
You
did you
know,
spit? Because I mean, I figure, right? Like, if it's a prison situation, right? You either
hmm,
swallow or spit, right?
right,
You got no choice. But I think, and you mentioned this prior to us doing this when we were talking before we started the podcast. You
hmm,
said that if you get a facial, that definitely makes you gay.
yeah, somewhere in that list of rules, in that Marilyn Manson book,
Right,
said that um, if you get cum on you, you're definitely gay.
right. So if you're taking money shots to the face, you are definitely gay.
Yeah,
All right,
which again that's cool. If that's your thing, that's your thing.
I know. Now
Yeah.
I'm just gonna caveat this this this
Hmm.
this this dialogue with neither Chino and I are gay,
Right.
right? So go do your own damn research.
Yeah. You got Google. That's what Google's for.
I'm
You know
not
what I
about to
mean?
ask. I'm not about to ask Jamie to Google the rules for us. We got other
Right.
shit to talk about.
You know what's so cool about
We're not
living
gay. We're,
nowadays?
we're not gay. We're not experts.
Right. Right. Exactly. Like I'm an expert on my own dick, But anyway, you know what's cool about living nowadays? Just to kind of piggyback off of what you said about do your own damn research is
Yeah, yeah.
um it's amazing to me how easy it is to access information nowadays. I mean, you want to look for something, you want to find out
Yeah.
what something is about. It's
I
as
know.
easy as just going online and fucking opening up your browser and going to Google. You
Right.
know, like back then, it's like if we were to have this conversation, for example, like I don't know, 15, 20 years ago, right? 30 years ago, it'd
30
be
years
like,
ago. Yeah, 20
how would we
years
how
ago.
would we
20 years
even
ago, 20 years ago we had Yahoo. All right. 20 years ago, we
right?
definitely had Yahoo. But 30 years ago, oh hell no, that's a whole different can. It's a whole can of words, a whole different
Yeah.
can of beans right there.
So how would you do research on a particular subject? Like,
Oh,
do you
dude, we
like
have
let's
we
say if
have
we're
to
doing research on this
we
subject,
if we were doing research on this subject, I don't know. I mean, we'd have to definitely Dewey Decimal System the fuck out of it.
right? Exactly. So and that's what I was getting at was, so we'd have to go to a library, or I mean, what kind of how would we do research? Like, would fucking do research on encyclopedias? Like,
I know, I
um,
know.
it's not as easy as like, you know, you type stuff in that Google search bar or whatever it is that you
Right.
use.
Yeah.
Alta Vista,
Yeah.
Netscape Navigator, right?
Oh, dude, man,
Ask
dude,
Jeeves,
fucking, we were savages back then. Savages,
right?
man.
Yep. I fucking remember Ask Jeeves, dude. That might be one of my favorite ones. My favorite search engines,
Yeah.
because like I like the idea of having like a digital butler
Oh,
type of thing. You know what I mean? And
yeah.
so I think that's one of the reasons why I really liked the Iron Man movies, is because he had Jarvis, right?
Oh, right, 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 right,
And so Jarvis in the comic books was an actual person,
right.
but in the MCU, Jarvis was a digital assistant, like a highly advanced digital assistant.
Right.
With I mean, the AI that Tony Stark fucking created, it was fucking amazing,
Yeah.
because Jarvis, has a sense of humor.
Yeah.
That's that's
Yeah.
that's that's so cool, and but yeah, so like I really like the idea of having that digital assistant, like way back in the day, you know, and so and
What's
then when I
ironic?
heard,
What's ironic is I think Ask Jeeves was far more accurate and more cooperative than Siri or Alexa.
yeah, actually, I've experienced using was it the Amazon Echo or whatever the fuck it's called, and Alexa actually is, it's a pretty good thing that Amazon's got going there.
Yeah, but she's spying on you, bro. She's spying on you.
Doesn't Siri spy on you too? I don't know. In any case, yeah. Yeah, ask Jeeves.
Here's a thing about here's a thing about privacy that a lot of people don't seem to fucking get, right? Like they're all fucking scared that if they get vaccinated by Bill Gates that the government is gonna start tracking them and shit. I'm like, look, I don't know if you know this, but the government's already fucking tracking you. As
Yeah,
long as your
Bill Gates
phone
and his
is as long as your phone is on and you have, your location services on,
mhm,
the government can track you down. All right, they can
yeah,
already track you. They don't need Bill Gates' help, right? Apple's already giving them everything. Google, Android is giving them everything. You use
yeah,
Waze, you use Google Maps, you use Apple Maps, you use any
mhm.
of these GPS systems. Guess what? You're being tracked. You're already being fucking tracked.
By
You
Bill
use
Gates and his reptilian overlords.
Yes, you use your debit card. You use your debit card anywhere you use your debit card. You've seen the movies. The FBI have tracked people down who use debit cards,
That's
right?
right.
So if you do not want to get tracked, throw away your fucking phone. Use cash,
Pretty much, yes.
and
Pretty much.
you're officially off the fucking grid. But good luck paying anything with just cash nowadays. So just get the vaccine. Might as well. You know, you
Right.
might as well just get the vaccine. I mean, if the government's going to track, they're already doing it anyway. Just be
Yeah.
glad that the vaccine isn't like jotting down all of your fucking information, like Siri and Alexa do. You know,
Well, then,
Amazon
yeah.
Amazon knows everything about you. Facebook, if you're on Facebook, Facebook knows everything about you, right? They even know when
Well,
you break up with your girlfriend and shit.
right. No, that's true. That is true.
And
Um.
Facebook sends that information to wherever you've used your Facebook profile as a login. Facebook
Mhm.
sends your info to all of those websites, all of them.
Those fucking
So if,
bastards.
so if you've ever had would you like to set up an account using Facebook or Google, right? You are literally telling these companies to send your information to those websites, and they're profiling you. They're
God
essentially
damn it,
creating a
Zuckerberg.
profile.
I didn't fucking consent to this shit, Zuckerberg. What the fuck?
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. You did. You did.
No,
You
I
did.
fucking
Everybody
didn't.
did. Everybody did. They all pressed accept on the terms and services.
Yeah. God damn it.
Yeah. So
Cause
just
seriously,
just
who has time? Who has time to fucking read through that shit?
Nobody does. Someone did. Someone did, and I don't know what crazy shit they found in there, but it was funny. But
I
yeah,
bet they did.
just fucking just get the vaccine. Just fucking take it.
Well,
Just
so
just
here's
shh,
just
just take it. Just take it.
well, so just to play, to play devil's advocate, because it's a very easy position for me to maintain
Right.
and take up. So you say just take the vaccine. At least they're not tracking, your data with a fucking vaccine.
Right.
Well, to that I say that we know of.
Right.
I mean, for all we know, it could be there could be nanomachines in that fucking thing.
Well,
You know
look,
what I mean?
I understand that there's this libertarian movement going on, and it's starting to pick up a little steam.
Mm-hmm.
And I recall having a discussion with a libertarian once, who's like, "I don't want the government to own me." To which I asked him, "Do you have a social security number?" And
Mm-hmm.
he incredulously replied with, "Of course I have a fucking social security number. I have a fucking job, right? I pay my bills."
Hold on.
Hold on. Well, yeah.
Let's can you define what a libertarian is for the kids?
Not yet. Let me
Not
finish
yet.
let me finish where I was going
Not
with
yet.
this.
Yeah, before I lose it.
To which I replied to this incredulous response, then Uncle Sam owns that ass. See,
Right.
if you were born in the United States and you have a social security number, Uncle Sam owns you. You want to know how I know this?
How?
You have to pay $2,350 if you want to renounce your U.S. citizenship. Yeah, that's right. That's right, bitches. You have to pay Uncle Sam to renounce your citizenship. Not only that, but you can't renounce your U.S. citizenship until another country has accepted you as a citizen.
Huh.
So you may have to pay them money to become a citizen. So yes, Uncle Sam owns that ass.
What about naturalized American citizens?
Oh, Uncle Sam owns that ass too.
I figured. I just figured I'd
But-
cover all the bases.
But I gotta tell you, I think it's easier for you to lose your citizenship than it is for a natural born citizen.
That's true. You know what?
Because
Here's the thing.
Uncle Sam can just take your citizenship away. With a natural born citizen, that's a lot harder to do.
That's right.
I mean, you got to commit some shit like treason, and even then they won't take it away because they're like, we want to throw this motherfucker in jail and make him make an example out of his ass.
Make example, yeah, exactly, yeah. Well, there you go. I mean, I did not know that. You had to pay what was it,
$2,350, which by the way was increased from $430 recently. I think it happened in 2016. Yeah, it used to be only $430. Now it's $2,350. You want to know why I think they did that shit?
Why?
So that people can't get drafted.
Okay.
Or so that people can get drafted, so that people can't renounce their citizenships, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just like outright renounce their citizenships. They're forcing us to be American citizens now. Can you believe that shit? They're forcing us. We are not free.
I was about to say, like, doesn't that stand against everything that that we as Americans, the subtext here is freedom, right?
Right.
Now, isn't it weird that this kind of just goes against the American principles of freedom that we've been kind of had our heads pounded with?
More or less. I mean, honestly, like if you wanted to renounce your citizenship, right? Why would you have to pay it all? The country should just be glad to be getting rid of you. Like we don't want,
right.
we don't want you here. Fucking
exactly. You want to fight for us? Fuck off.
Fuck yeah, exactly. Oh, I would totally, if I was the United States, I would totally curly bill a motherfucker. Like, oh, you don't want to be a citizen anymore? Well, bye.
Right, exactly. Like, you can either fight for us or you can fuck off.
I will. In fact, it should be the other way. if you renounce your U.S. citizenship and then you want it back, you got to pay Uncle Sam for that shit. Which I'm pretty sure Uncle Sam does charge you if you want it back.
Probably.
Or just tells you to go fuck yourself.
Yeah, like
because
it's not
that's on
free.
brand. Because that's on brand.
That is on brand. Yeah, like it's definitely not free. Like I think I would have to agree that you do have to pay a price, and you'll eventually pay that price.
Yeah.
As an American citizen.
Absolutely.
Say goodbye to your fucking paychecks.
Hell yeah, shit. But to answer your question, what is a libertarian?
Yes, what is libertarian? Let's say that for the kids.
There's much like gay people, right? Much like homosexuality, there's a spectrum.
Well, I was about to say, like, much like gay people, it's a choice.
No,
the wrong choice. I'm just kidding.
Not that it's a choice.
There's
kidding. A spectrum.
Right. Yeah, there is a spectrum.
There is a spectrum, and right. I don't understand. Because there are some libertarians that I can get along with, and then there are some that just like, wow, you're just like really extreme. Like, where the fuck are you getting those ideas from? And they kind of teeter, right? Like the spectrum is between complete anarchist and neoliberal, which, if you want to know what those words fucking mean, look them up. I don't have time to go into the geopolitics and the labels that people give themselves, because I fucking hate labels. I say I'm a Republican, but I'm registered Republican. Republicans would probably call me a rhino, Republican in name only. And I'm like, go suck a dick. I don't give a fuck what you think about me. You go suck a dick. But they're
go suck a dick. As long as you're not a fellow, because that's not natural.
Right. So one of the things that an article, there was a headline I read, that there is a candidate for the president who's libertarian, and her name is Jo Jorgensen or something, right? And I read her platform, right? And I agree with her social positions. I agree with her social positions, right? Which I'm not going to list. Go do your own fucking research.
What's the name? Jo Jorgensen?
Jo Jorgensen. I believe it's Jo Jorgensen. Hold on. Jamie, can you look that up for me?
We need a young Jamie.
Yeah, right. Which is an iPad. It's an iPad that Homeboy is using.
That's right.
All right, let's see. Jo Jorgensen. Yes, that's her name.
Okay.
Jo Jorgensen. I would highly recommend looking her up, definitely. If you really are registered as a Republican and registered for the Republican Party, she would definitely be your alternative candidate, especially if you're a progressive Republican, because I know there are a lot more Republicans that have more progressive points of view, perspectives. Yeah, more progressive perspectives, and she would definitely be right up your alley. What I don't agree with is her economic policies. And there are some of her social policies that I don't quite agree with, because on paper they look like they would work, but in practice I'm almost fairly certain they won't. So I can't get behind her 100%. So
what would you out of her proposed policies, out of her her stance, right?
All right. Now you're making me Wikipedia some shit. But continue.
Right. So you said there's some stances, there's some things about her policies that you don't agree with, right? So what is if anything, what would you change?
Okay. So
let's say we touched this topic last week, I believe, last episode,
Right.
about like what would your as a political candidate, for example, if you were to run for office, right? What
Oh,
would
right.
your what would your policies be like? What would your campaign be like? Like what does a homeboy presidency have in store for the American people?
Oh man, am I prepared for this one? Am I prepared for this one?
So
All right. Well,
you've given this a lot of thought, I know,
oh
because
yeah, no,
I
no,
know
no.
that
Whoa, whoa,
I know
whoa,
I know
whoa.
that you're an English major, but
Right, right.
really, I think that you should have been a poli sci major. You know, so let's see. And I think I asked I asked you the same question last episode. Like, why were you an English major and not a poli sci major? Because we've had conversations in the past where
Right.
we've talked about
Yes.
politics in depth.
Well,
You know,
well, yeah. I majored in English because it's fairly all encompassing, right? Like
hmm
when you do your research papers, you do have to research a whole lot of different shit.
right?
So I
That's
liked
true.
that. I could glean a lot of subjects, not go terribly in depth, and then use the information in order for me to bullshit my way through a research paper.
Like a
That's the
politician,
reason why. Exactly, like a real politician.
right?
Right.
Exactly.
Poli sci wouldn't have allowed me to do that. It wouldn't allow me to do that. So, but a homeboy presidency, let me
Yes.
tell you, I would I would start off with taco trucks on every fucking corner.
I
All
think
right.
that I think that there's a lot of Americans who would get behind that that
Right,
policy.
right.
I mean,
During a homeboy presidency, every day is fucking Taco Tuesday.
okay,
That's right.
it
That's
sounds
right.
good so far.
All right.
Like that sounds better than now. Admittedly, I haven't really done a lot of um, I haven't really by choice. I haven't really exposed myself to a lot of politics
Right.
lately, but
Right.
that
I mean,
that
think about it.
already that already sounds better than what I've heard in the past.
Think about it,
So
man. Like they want to defund the school lunches. Homeboy solves that problem. Taco
right,
trucks and taco trucks in every school. Your kids will be fed the best burritos, the best tacos Mexicans can cook for you.
does that include tripas? Because if that is, you definitely got my vote.
All right, yeah, sure, fuck it, let's do it.
All
Tripas,
right,
whatever you
tripas.
want.
There you
Every
go.
no part of the cow will be left out. No part of the cow, pig, or chicken. No
I
cow,
like
pig,
it.
or no cow, pig, or chicken will be spared.
Right. Okay. That might light the fire in some people's asses, but continue. Okay. But
Right,
I like that already. Okay. I like the taco truck um, uh, policy.
right,
What else you
right.
got?
April 20th will be a national holiday. All
Man,
right. There will be
you
there will
just
be a
made
more I would declare a national moratorium on April 20th that makes
mhm.
marijuana legal in every state for one day.
You just made a bunch of potheads really fucking happy.
That's right. That's right. Keeping it real, bruh. Keeping it
That's right.
real.
See, you know what? I think that so if Uncle Bernie, had the same stance on marijuana, do you think he would have been more popular?
Maybe. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you got to fight for, you got to stand for some shit. And I stand for April 20th being a national holiday.
Okay, yeah, I happen to agree with you.
Yeah, right?
I think that it should be a national holiday. Now, how do
All right.
you get away from, the I guess the lingering effects, the chain hanging from, you know, uh, marijuana use? And what I'm trying to say here is, while there is a moratorium that would be implemented,
Right.
active or however you want to say it
Right.
on that day, being
Yes.
with marijuana being legal everywhere, right?
Right.
How do you deal with the aftermath, of like of that day being legal? So drug
Well,
testing, for example,
right, right. So I would well, if you have a moratorium, right, on illegal drugs, then you'd have to have a moratorium on drug testing for marijuana only.
okay.
Only. All right.
So what,
Only.
3 weeks? The next 3 weeks? Because
I don't know. I don't know. I'm not a scientist. I'm only president. That's what the CDC is for. That's what the CDC is for.
that's what my
Okay?
cabinet is for.
Right? That's what my cabinet is for. All
Right.
right, but I will consult with my experts, right?
Okay.
Who have medical degrees on this particular subject, who know about marijuana. I may even put Tommy Chong into my cabinet as my marijuana I'm gonna call him my consigliere, my marijuana consigliere,
There you go.
you know, you know.
I like that.
So
So you're
I'll
gonna
put
run it like a mafia boss?
he hell yeah, fuck, gangster's fuck. It'll be the gangster presidency. I mean, if y'all thought Trump was gangster, I'm more gangster than that motherfucker. Except I won't be crooked. I won't be crooked because I believe in pimpology. All right, when I eat,
Right.
everybody eats. All right,
Okay.
and I would address this. I would address these issues, having consulted my experts, using weekly threesome fireside chats / fuckfest. Right. So
Huh.
every week, I would address the American people with two fine ass ladies on my side on OnlyFans, on my exclusive OnlyFans channel. All right, which I don't think I should make it for pay, right?
Right.
But I think maybe people should be able to donate, and every dollar you donate to hear my fireside chats and experience my sexual exploitation, my sexual exploitation of the office. All right,
Right.
let's call it what
Let's call it what it
it is.
is.
Let's
Yeah,
call
let's
it
call
what
it
it
what it
is, because we keeps it real. This is a gangster presidency. All right, my sexual
is. Right.
exploitation of the office. And by the way, don't think that I'm exploiting these ladies. It is consensual. I would
Right.
try to decriminalize, if not legalize, sex work, okay? And I
Okay.
think that leading by example is the only way that you can do this. This is why I would have an OnlyFans where I'm fucking these fine ass ladies for an incredible amount of time while high. All right?
Damn, you really sound passionate about this. That's,
I'm very passionate about this,
wow.
god damn it.
That's,
Very passionate about this. And
this might be the most animated I've ever seen you talk about any political, any political stance that you might have. Like, okay, like you sound serious about this. So
I
continue.
am.
Continue.
I am. Oh, by the way, hold on, by the way,
Uh-huh.
right?
Uh-huh.
You gotta pay if you want to see the fuck fest. You gotta pay, right? But
Right.
you can still get the fireside chat portion of the fireside chat / fuckfest on Pornhub for free. So you can see everything that I addressed on Pornhub, right? And of course you would get a preview of the fuckfest, but you won't get the whole thing because you got to pay for the whole thing. All right.
Right.
And again, I wouldn't get any of the money. All right. The money that's on the OnlyFans will be donated to charities like the Wounded Warrior Foundation, the March of Dimes, the Make a Wish Foundation, because little kids need that money. You know what I mean?
Okay. Okay.
All right. Yeah. Yeah.
Now, so I mean that sounds great and everything.
Right.
But
right.
I really do have only one concern.
Yeah.
About this fireside fuckfest.
Yes.
Is that I don't really foresee a lot of work being. How much work are you gonna get done? Having a fuckfest, really.
Well,
You know what I mean?
it's only once a week, right? I got to get that nut off. You build up a lot of stress. You build up a lot of stress being president.
Right.
You build up a lot of stress being president. You got to get that nut off.
That's true. That's true. I'm not okay. So, being a president, being the president of this country, like I think you and I have had this conversation before, where I really would not want to. I wouldn't want that job because it's I've seen the before and after pictures of Obama, and that man looked like he aged 2 decades in the 8 years that he was president.
Right?
Like,
exactly. Exactly.
If you look at his pictures, from when he took office to where he, what he looked like, after he was done, it's like, holy shit, dude! Like,
right?
You did not age well in the 8 years that you were in office.
I know.
It's
We
crazy.
found the secret to what makes black crack.
Right. Right.
being
Right.
president. No,
Yeah.
think about it. Think about how and think about how much fun it would be. Be like coming to you live from Air Force One. President Homeboy is about to help these ladies join the Mile High Club.
Miles high and inches deep.
That's right, miles high and inches deep, bitches. That's right.
Right on. Okay.
And I even have an economic policy. All right.
Let's hear it.
Homeboy would stimulate the economy with his enormous package. That's how it's done. That's how it's done. You gotta stimulate the economy with your package.
All right.
I'll set out a policy. I call
Uh-huh.
just the tip and see where it goes from there. Because I understand the 48 laws of power. Do not reform too much too fast.
So just the tip. That's an actual policy. You're just the tip.
Yes.
You're gonna
Yes. Just the
stimulate.
tip.
You're gonna stimulate the economy with your enormous package. With
That's
your
right.
enormous package.
No, enormous
But
pipage. Hey, enormous pipage, enormous package. You pick the words, people. You pick the words. You know what I'm talking about.
so enormous. You're gonna stimulate the economy with your
Yeah,
enormous package.
that's
But
right.
you and you're gonna start off with just a tip.
That's right. That's
Just a tip.
right. Yeah. And you know what? You know what? I ain't promising shit. I ain't even promising that I may finish my term. I may not even finish.
Or I mean, or you could finish, prematurely.
Or I might finish sooner. Yeah, I might finish more prematurely.
You never know. Yeah, that shit happens. That shit happens, right?
Exactly. Exactly. I could finish early. Shit. I may need two terms to finish. Let the people
Right.
decide. It's all about the people. It's about the people.
Okay. It's a true democracy then. Okay, I like that. Okay.
That's right. That's right. I am the
So
I am the pro democracy president.
right.
I am anti-dictator.
Okay. All right. So you have taco trucks at every corner.
Yeah.
You have your enormous package for the stimulus.
To stimulate the economy with.
Yeah.
That's right.
Which
That's
which
right.
could end early, or
You're right.
I mean, you could,
Or take a little bit longer. I will
yeah.
finish though. I will finish.
Okay.
How about that? I know I said I'll never finish, but nah, I'm gonna finish. We both know I'm gonna finish.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I'm not gonna overpromise to the American people.
That's
Like,
right.
I'm gonna,
Right. Exactly.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna go all night long.
Yeah.
Like
I'm not
I
trying.
think,
I'm not trying to be. I'm not trying to be president forever. You know what I mean?
right. Yeah, just some blood.
Unlike
Just
some
making my nut up.
presidents.
Right. Right. It's unlike some presidents. So okay. So you got those. You got the taco trucks. You got the 420 moratorium.
That's right.
The enormous package for
Right.
To stimulate the American economy.
That's right. The
Um,
OnlyFans page. That's right. The OnlyFans
Yep.
fireside chats. I mean, what else do I
Okay.
need? I don't need more than that.
What else? You said you're gonna legalize, sex work.
Right. Yep. That's right.
¿Qué más? Is there anything else?
Well, I mean, if I have to have a foreign policy, I think my foreign policy would be to put in the best effort possible to not start any wars with any countries. All right. I am a firm believer in solving problems through diplomacy. Right.
Okay.
That's why my foreign policy is going to be called the McKFC diplomacy.
McKFC diplomacy.
That's right. I'm gonna call it McKFC diplomacy.
Okay.
This one, I believe, this one was where the free market can solve our problems. See, instead of invading countries with our soldiers and our airmen and our Marines, having the most powerful navy in the entire world sitting off their coastlines, lobbing missiles into their country. I think we need to invade countries that we disagree with using the olive branch of McDonald's and KFC. Because if you make their population fat enough, they're not going to want to fight. You
Oh
know,
man.
I'm a firm believer in Maslow's pyramid of needs, man. You know,
Okay.
if you can, excuse me, if you can feed their people, right? Feed them. You're taking care of one of their most basic needs.
Okay.
Start there. You know,
But
that's
McDonald's and KFC though. I mean,
That's right. Look. If I was president right now, North Korea's our problem with North Korea would have been solved. We would have invaded with McDonald's and KFC. You know, we would have taken over. Every North Korean would look like Kim Jong Un.
so basically, what you're saying is, round and jolly.
That's right. Yeah, round, smiley, and communist. But hey, they wouldn't be fit. They wouldn't be fit to fight. They wouldn't be fit to fight.
I mean, what is that? I could see a potential criticism, with like obesity is a problem,
Right.
in a lot of places. I mean, famine is a problem in a lot of other places as well. But
Look, you can't have it both ways, bruh. You can't have it both ways.
all
Look,
right,
look. What do you want? You want people to die happy and fat and happy, or do you want them to die starving and miserable? Which one you want? You know, you can't
yeah, you
have
got a
it both
point.
ways. You can't have it both ways. I know. There are some people out there that are like, well, what about if they're fit and happy? Look, have you seen America? All right, have you seen
Right.
America? All right, fat and happy is where we want to be. Everyone aspires to be America. America's fat and happy. That's how we should be.
Shit. Can you imagine? Can you imagine if every single fat American
Right.
jumped up and down at the same time?
Yeah.
They might lose a little bit of fucking weight.
Maybe. Maybe. Maybe.
Anyway, all right. What was it? My KFC.
The McKFC diplomacy. That's right.
The
McKFC diplomacy.
KFC diplomacy. All
That's
right.
right.
So that's your foreign policy.
That's my foreign policy.
So we've covered, we've covered a lot of things actually.
We've covered
About
quite a
the
bit.
presidency.
Yeah.
Who
That's right.
who would be your running mate? Who would be your running mate?
Well, you of course, man. Of course. I mean,
Well,
if you're gonna get the homeboy presidency, you're gonna get a Chino vice president. Because who else can take over?
all right. Well, okay. So that would actually be on brand, right?
Of
Like
course, that would
Chino and
be on
Homeboy.
brand.
You know what I'm saying? So Chino and Homeboy. Now, my question is, because I am a foreign national who became a naturalized citizen
Right.
of this fine United States of America, would
Right.
I be eligible to be vice president? Because you would think, right?
Yeah.
That because I'm not eligible to run for president, because of the rules, the laws, right?
That's right.
I need to be a natural born citizen of this country,
Right.
and because I'm not allowed to run for president,
Yes.
But would I be okay to run for or to be your running mate as vice president? Because if something happens to you,
Yeah.
let's say, after you win, right,
Yeah.
and I'm your running mate, and I have to take over the presidency, well,
Right.
wouldn't that kind of, there's something's not jiving there with that rule, So would I be okay to run for vice president, as your running mate?
You make a valid point. I think Americans would probably riot in the street because I mean, already having a Native American president would probably raise a lot of hackles, and having a
Right.
foreign-born Filipino, Asian,
Mhm.
Asian vice president taking over as president, that might be a bridge too far. You are correct. That's a valid point. That's a valid point.
By the way,
How,
I just want to point out that I'm only Asian above the waist. I just want to point that out. I'm not going to say anything else.
PSA, PSA is a public
Yeah,
service
right.
announcement. Public service
That's right.
announcement.
That's right. But anyway, continue. You think that people would be opposed to me being your running mate, vice president?
That is a valid point. I think they would be. I think they would be. I mean, they may even be appalled, offended.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, of course, this Hispanic motherfucker is gonna pick another Hispanic to be in his presidency. So,
right. Like, would that be considered nepotism? Even though we're not really related, we're not really. Well, I mean,
Yeah, no, that
you don't
counts as
have to be
nepotism. You don't have to be
you don't
related to
have to
be.
be
Yeah,
related to be
yeah, yeah. It doesn't have to
nepotism.
be.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be blood relation to be nepotism. Nah, nah. That would be nepotism though. How about chief of
Yeah.
staff? Can the chief of staff? Because I mean, the chief of staff isn't in the line, right?
Right.
Chief of
Right.
staff isn't in the line of succession, right? Right?
Uh-huh.
You
Right.
know?
So
Yeah.
actually, you know what? So how about this? So you had mentioned earlier that Tommy Chung would be your consigliere, right? How about we just, we make him like a captain if we're going to continue with the
Capo,
mafia.
a capo, a
A
capo.
capo, yeah, a capo, yeah. If we're
Yeah.
continue with the mafia analogy,
Right.
he could be a capo,
Right.
and I could be your consigliere,
All
you
right.
know,
Yeah.
and
Absolutely.
so your vice president or whoever you pick as your running mate, would be your underboss, and you would be the boss.
That's right.
So,
That's
I could
right.
be,
But
yeah,
only,
I could be a
but
consigliere. That's fine.
but only the temporary boss, right? Because again,
Right,
we're not trying to stay here forever. We're just
right,
gonna do our shit best for the American people using the pimpology method. All right,
right.
pimpology brand of leadership. Right.
Uh
If you
huh.
don't know what pimpology is, Pimp and Ken wrote a badass book about how to lead. Read that shit. Do your research.
Right. Well, so
Cause me, look, I don't like laying down the goon hand, but if I have to, I will. All
the
right, I'm
goon
not
hand.
weak. I'm not weak. All
I'm gonna
right,
come on with it. I'm gonna
yeah,
come on with it.
that's right. That's right. All right, don't
Right.
think that because I'm offering the KFC diplomacy that I'll be a weak leader. Nah, nah. Vladimir Putin step out of line. I'll lay the fucking goon hand down. All right.
Right. Right. I'm gonna come like I'm gonna come with fucking baby powder. Like I'm gonna come on with this shit. Where's that baby powder at? You know what I'm saying? But no, yeah,
Iron
like
fist in a velvet glove.
there you go. But yeah. So I do want to acknowledge the fact that yes, I know that you're not planning to be in office forever. I mean, in the mafia, or in the mafia, or however you want to pronounce it, depending on
Right.
where you're from, I guess.
Yeah.
You know, there is such thing as successions. So,
Yeah.
yeah, like I know realistically that you're not going to be in power forever. I mean,
Right.
that wouldn't be very democratic.
Of course not. And that would not be America. That would not be
America.
on
Yes,
brand. That would not be on brand.
right, absolutely. And we're trying to stay on brand as much as we can.
That's right. Because we's
You know.
patriots.
That's right. We is patriots.
All right. We're going to take a moment here to pause so we can, one, insert a commercial, and two, Homeboy needs to go take a piss. So,
All right.
So we'll be right back because, we're trying to get that money. You got to raise campaign funds somehow, bitches.
That's right. That's right. Right on.
All right.
Make your donations to we'll figure
set
that
out. We'll figure that out.
I mean,
we just barely got an intro song last episode. All right, give us some time. All right. We'll be right back.
We shall return after these messages. Mic check. Testicles 1 2. Can you hear me?
Testes 1 2. Testes 1 2.
I can. Lima Charlie.
Lima Charlie, dude. You know what I saw? I saw that whatchamacallit, that the Rona can make you sterile, and it makes your cock and balls shrink.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Right?
That's actually kind of scary. Like real talk,
right?
I'm legit. That's legit concerning.
Yeah, no, but it's true. It's true. They're finding that some people who recover from the Rona, men, because I mean, obviously, women don't have cock and balls, or look, whatever spectrum you
Whatever
I don't want to
identify with.
I'm not,
you know what he's trying
whatever
to say.
you identify with.
Yeah.
Like, look, if you've got a penis and balls, right, and you catch the Rona,
Right.
whatever gender you identify with, there's a probability that they'll shrink. I mean, I would imagine that if you have a penis and testicles, right, you got the cock and balls, and you want to transition to a woman, I mean, that would probably be a godsend. I mean, that's a silver lining, right?
Right. So really, it's all a matter of perspective, Right.
Right.
Yeah.
I know.
It just depends on it depends on your situation, I guess.
Yeah,
What is your normative experience?
Yeah, whatever your normative experience is. Hey, I was thinking. We talked about this yesterday, but just to catch the audience members up, you know what? What television show would be fucking awesome to bring back? Mask.
Yes, I agree. Yeah, you and I did talk about bringing back Mask, and
Mask. Yeah.
yeah, I do remember watching that as a child, and that shit was cool, man. I
It
fucking love
was.
that
It was
show.
cool as fuck, dude. I had the Trans Am, right? I think it was a Trans Am that turned into an airplane. I had the motorcycle that turned into a helicopter. I had that huge ass semi truck that turned into a fucking fortress.
Right.
I mean, that bitch had missiles and shit. I had the motorcycle with the sidecar that had the sidecar submarine on it. I even had the plane that turned into a helicopter, which I thought at the time, even as a kid, was the most ridiculous fucking
What
transformation.
the
That
plane
you could,
to helicopter? Yeah.
yeah, like why would you do that? Like it's two things that fly.
Right.
But then the Marine Corps made the Osprey, and I'm like, all right, that tracks.
Yeah, I guess it's not so fucking ridiculous now. You know what I mean?
I know, yeah,
Well,
exactly.
so here's the thing.
Maybe it's not as ridiculous as I thought.
So, like, I'm not hating on you, right? I mean, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, you had all these fucking toys and shit, right? So, but the thing is, like, I was thinking as you were naming which toys and action figures you had, from the Mask line.
Right.
It's like you naming out the Trans Am, the semi truck, the motorcycles, and like, man, this motherfucker got toys. Shit, I had a fucking sticker book. That was the only thing I could afford. You know what I mean? Like, but you know what? Hey, that did the job because that shit was cool to me. You know what I mean?
Don't hate the player, hate the game.
Right.
Don't
I'm
hate
not
the player,
like I said.
hate
I'm not hating on you. I'm like, man, I don't think I had was a fucking picture book or a fucking sticker book, man. Like, I wish I had the fucking toys.
You know what I did? You know what I didn't get? You know what I didn't get? I didn't get a sticker book.
You know what? Hey, I did. So suck it. But yeah, dude.
Hey,
cool.
but you know what we both have from those times? Jack shit.
That's true. That is true.
Because I don't have any of those anymore. I don't have any of those toys. I don't know what happened to them. I mean, they got lost and moving and all this other shit. So I don't know.
I do remember.
I don't know what happened to them. So now I don't have jack shit. I don't have my toys. You ain't got your sticker book. I
don't have my sticker book.
We're both in the same. We're both now on the same in the same situation.
Yeah, we're both at a loss, really.
That's right. But I don't know. I don't know if they stream that cartoon anywhere, but it should come back. I mean, I think it would make wearing masks cool.
Right, there you go. Right, it's appropriate given our current socio-political climate.
That's right. That's right. I mean, I have a neoprene mask that has a PM 2.5 activated carbon filter.
That sounds fancy.
Right. And I mean, it is fancy. It cost me like $20, and I got this shit right. I got this shit the week before the CDC recommended masks. So way back in March, I already had these. I not only got one for myself, but I got one for everybody in my family because that's all I could afford.
Right.
I mean, at $20 a pop.
Right.
I mean, I can't help you can't help everybody, right? But I bought one for every member of my family.
Right.
And lo and behold, it was the week before, and when the CDC announced that it was recommending masks, we had the masks.
Well, there you go. What foresight you have, future president. Homeboy.
The only I know, right? The only problem. Well, again, we go back to if it's a novel virus that we already knew that it was a new virus. We already knew that you could get it through breathing in. I remembered my CBR training. Mop level 1, cover up your face holes. So
exactly.
Boom. It's not foresight. It's called training.
Yeah, right. Like, that's almost very Bruce Lee, you know, like when
Yeah.
when
Well, we all default to our lowest level of
right.
training.
Yep, exactly. No, I agree with that. You know, I say something similar. Like you always go back to what you know. You know, and
That's right.
it's essentially what it is. Yeah, what you say. We always default to our lowest level of training. You know, so yeah, I agree with you. You know, it's not so much force
Yeah.
as it is
Exactly.
like this is just what I do, man. You know,
Right.
it's on
You know what?
brand.
You know what? What's truly ironic about this whole fucking mass situation, right? There was an article in the Wall Street Journal that said some police departments are refusing to enforce rules meant to slow the spread of the virus,
Hmm.
while others offer polite reminders and a free face covering, right? Now, the irony there is that cops will escalate a misdemeanor into murdering a suspect in a heartbeat, but, oh, masks, we got to allow people their freedom and shit. Like really? Really, someone on Facebook, one of my libtard cuck friends on Facebook,
One of your wait, what? One of your what now?
one of my libtard cuck friends on Facebook,
Spoken like a true Republican.
rightly, right, I know, right? Rightly pointed out, and I'll get to being a Republican in a minute, but rightly pointed out that he can't wait to see the cops enforcing these mask rules on brown people, and I'm like, that would be on brand though.
Right. That would be on brand though. Like I don't see what the problem is.
Check it out, man. As a Republican, right, I feel like I play by a different set of rules, right? Like,
Hmm.
I can be misogynistic if I want to be, right? Right?
Hmm.
I can be.
Well,
That's how it works,
I
right?
mean that would
Right?
track as being a
Look,
Republican, right?
Michelle Obama set the standard. She set the precedent. She's a lawyer. She
Uh
knows,
huh.
right? When Republicans go low, Democrats go high. All
Okay.
right? Which means as a Republican, I got carte blanche, right? To just go as fuck it. Let's lower the bar. Let's see how far we can lower the bar,
Huh. Okay.
right? That's right. And I started this by commenting on a post that I saw where Kayleigh McEnany, right, was again lying to the American people, giving out false
Wait, hold
information.
on. That's her.
Right now, that's
What's the name again? Kelly McEnany.
Kayleigh McEnany. That's Trump's newest press secretary, which we should have eventually figured out that he was going to go to a cute blonde, because I mean, he got that Spicer guy, right? Sean
Uh huh.
Spicer, right? Who was a Navy Reserve public affairs officer,
Uh huh.
right? Which in Navy public affairs, because I've been through the training in Navy public affairs, lying goes against what you're trained. Like he's literally, every time he was up there, I'm like, man, that dude's got a bad taste in his mouth because he's lying to the American
Uh huh.
people. He fucking knows it, and it goes against everything that he stands for as a naval public affairs
Yeah.
officer, right? But dude's following orders, right? Like a fucking idiot, following orders, whatever, right? Then he gets Sarah Huckabee
Oh,
Sanders, right?
the Shrek
Because
looking chick.
Shrek looking chick, because apparently, he probably owed Mike Huckabee a favor of some kind, and like, sure, I'll get your ugly ass daughter to go up there. And you know what? I know a lot of you people are gonna say I'm fucking shaming her. You're goddamn right. I'm Republican. I could do that. I could do that.
it's
All
it's
right.
my God given right as a Republican. All right.
That's right. It's my God-given right as a Republican to do that. That's right.
Oh shit.
So that ugly fat bitch,
Right.
again,
I'm
you,
surprised you didn't say.
I mean, you could
I'm
tell,
surprised you didn't say the C
like,
word.
you could tell. Oh, give me a minute. I'm just warming up.
Oh man, that reminds
Oh
me of
man,
this one joke that I heard. But
but
go ahead, go
but
ahead.
Okay, yeah, but you can, you can tell by the look on her face, right? And it is quite the face to look at because you can't tell if she's had a stroke or not. Now, I'm not trying to, make fun of her if she did have a stroke and her face is like that because of the stroke. Then,
I
apologies.
mean,
But again, as hold on, as a Republican, I would still have to be able to clown her ass
mm-hmm.
because Donald Trump made fun of a guy who had, a disability, made fun of him in front of a crowd of people. So
There's
again,
precedent,
as a
yeah,
Republican, I do. There's
yeah.
precedent established by the president for me to be able to conduct myself in such an immoral manner. All
Hmm.
right, you let me be me. Let me do me. God damn it.
I mean,
But
Sarah Huckabee Sanders
but
does
but
look like
hold
a
on.
Picasso, like Salvador Dali,
I know, right? She's like a melting clock and shit.
Oh shit, you're going to hell, bro. So am I for laughing, but
I know, I know,
it's
I
all right.
know,
We'll,
I know.
it'll,
So
it'll be
now,
fine.
now they've got this cute blonde chick, right? She's fucking. I mean, she's gorgeous. She's gorgeous,
Mm-hmm.
right? Kayleigh McEnany. She gets up there, and I mean, she's really good at fucking lying, right? Like it's very hard to not want to believe a cute blonde telling you some shit because I mean I grew up with the Swedish bikini team,
Right.
right? I swear to God, I thought American beer was American mass manufactured American beer was the shit because hey, look, if it's good enough for the fucking Swedish bikini team, it's good enough for me,
Right.
right? However, I'm older now and I don't give a fuck how fucking cute you are.
Right.
If you're up on a fucking podium committing moral treason on the fucking daily, look, my opinion on that is Kayleigh McEnany, right, would serve the country better if she was on Pornhub having her mouth Shane Dieseled.
Okay. All right. Right on.
That's right. That's
We
right.
should we should we
And
should make
that
that a
and
verb.
that
We should
that's Shane.
yeah, we should include that phrase, that idiom in the American common parlance.
Right, Shane Diesel.
Shane
Hey,
Diesel.
look, we could put we could submit it to the Urban Dictionary and see if it gets put in,
Yeah.
right? Like Shane Diesel. How do we define that, right? There's like you're such a piece of garbage human being that you would better serve the country if you were on Pornhub getting Shane Diesel.
Yeah.
Oh, but you can't use the word in the definition, so a big black dick.
There you go.
I'm serious.
Shane Diesel.
I'm serious. I mean, look, she's cute. She's blonde. She's better off with an OnlyFans page.
She would get a lot of views.
She shouldn't. She
Is what
shouldn't.
you're saying.
Yeah, she shouldn't be up there lying to us like that. Lying to the American people like that as blatantly as she does.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck that bitch. Fuck her.
Like literally,
And
fuck that
Ivanka
bitch
Trump.
with Shane Diesel.
Yeah, fuck her. Literally, fuck Ivanka Trump. That fucking cunt can get it too. Shit. You know what I mean? Fucking going up there holding a can of Goya beans. Bitch, you don't eat Mexican food. I know your ass don't.
Because you're eating Goya?
Shit. Fuck you. Fuck you.
Oh,
in the mouth. Over and over. I would actually get a fucking Pornhub subscription if Ivanka Trump, would suck a big black dick.
Yeah.
I would do that. I would pay subscription for that shit. Because, I'm getting tired of having to, like, look up deep fakes of Ivanka Trump getting fucked on Pornhub.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting tired of that because I'm like, nah, she wouldn't be smiling.
Right. Yeah. That smile from her face
I'm like,
will go away
shit.
real quick.
This bitch. Check it out, man. This fucking bitch is holding up a can of Goya beans,
Mm-hmm.
right? While there are immigrant children locked up in fucking cages still. You know what I mean?
Well, isn't there? I saw this picture circulating around the interwebs of Puto in chief, President Donald Trump posing in front of.
Look, listen, Puto in chief. Look, no, say it right. The President Opotamus.
My mistake. I stand corrected. The president Opotamus. Isn't there a picture circulating in the interwebs of the president's hippopotamus posing in the
Yeah.
Oval Office with Goya
Yes.
products on his desk? You know,
That is right. That's
And then
right.
there are people.
There's a photo that is an official photo from the White House that was put on his Instagram where he is in the Oval Office and he's got he's essentially giving a full facial to the Resolute desk with Goya products. Like the money shot. Like he's just coming on the Hatch Act.
Mhm.
You know, giving the Hatch Act the facial.
And it's an official photo. It's a real photo.
It's a real. I thought it was Photoshop too, but no, it is a real fucking photo, dude. And he's up there. He's giving his fake ass fucking car salesman smile. I'm tired of this motherfucker. I mean, even as a Republic, like, you know, I was willing to give the motherfucker a chance, right? Like everybody else, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna give this motherfucker the benefit of the doubt, right? However, given his history of running businesses into the ground, declaring bankruptcy 6 different times in his fucking life,
Right.
and his record with you know women and shit, I'm like, he's gonna fuck up.
Yeah.
I knew he is a fuck up. Like he is a fuck up.
Yeah.
Right? I don't even know. Like the only reason why his dad gave him any money, even though he was a fuck up, was because his older brother was an even bigger fuck up and a nice guy.
Right.
But Donald Trump, man, this motherfucker is a megalomaniacal, psychopathic, all of it. He's everything. He's everything. That man has, if there was such a thing as a soul, he doesn't have it. He does not fucking have it. The dude is morally fucking bankrupt. I don't know how people don't see that shit. He's morally fucking bankrupt. The only thing he gives a fuck is himself and money. That's it. And he cares about himself more, because if he cared about money, he never would have declared bankruptcy.
Look, I'm gonna say it again. I've said this before. I think I said it in the first episode of our podcast, but I'm gonna say it again. Homeboy is very hyper for a pothead. It's like you get him going. I gotta lay off the
sativas, man.
You know, you set him on this track on politics, and here we go. You know,
man,
it's definitely a ride.
I'm very passionate. Right. Though. I'm passionate about how the country gets led, and I mean, I had the privilege of serving with some great leaders who demonstrated to me that what leadership was like. You know, even like firm but compassionate leadership.
Yeah.
So you know, shout out to Captain Shipman. I think he made captain, or if not Admiral Shipman.
Yeah.
I
know.
Shout out
he's at least captain.
Yeah. Shout out to Rear Admiral Piercy, who, you know, between the two of them, you know, they definitely taught me what leadership was.
Yeah.
Commander Bartley, I think he's a commander now.
Who? Say what?
Bartley, my EMO, Commander Bartley.
Yeah.
Shout out to him.
Yeah. Oh, he be commander. That's awesome.
Yeah, the different chiefs, you know, who Chief Harness, Chief Huberty, you know, different chiefs that exemplified what great leadership is supposed to look like.
Yeah.
You know, so shout out to them. I use them as I took a lot of leadership lessons off of everything that they did. So
yes,
you know.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Mr. Shipman, especially, like I because if the audience doesn't know, like you and I served in the same ship together, and I do remember Mr. Shipman. He was lieutenant commander at the time.
And, yeah, he was the executive officer of the USS Howard, DDG 83.
Yeah, he was the XO when I first checked on board, and I remember doing a clampdown. That's when we cleaned the ship. It's the first thing we do. after we muster and get everything, like all the plan of the day gets talked about, and
Yep.
you plan what you can do for the day. But after that, initial morning meeting, this is essentially what it was.
Yeah.
We would do clamp down, and I remember Mr. Shipman, Lieutenant Commander Shipman, at the time, he was right down there. He was down there with everybody else, shining the knee knockers, like working on the knee knockers, and that was really cool.
Lead by example.
Exactly.
Lead by example.
And
yeah.
I unfortunately was not able to play basketball with him, but I heard that he's got a pretty sweet jumper. His jump shot pretty wet, and he isn't afraid to bang underneath. So that's cool.
I don't know where he's living now. I don't think he's in San Diego anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But I believe he's still in California.
Yeah.
Next time, once this whole pandemic bullshit's over with, we'll try and hit him up and see if he won't do a little one-on-one with Chino there.
You want to do a little what?
One-on-one.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Little half court action.
Yeah, gotcha. Well, see, here's the thing though. Like, man, like I said, I wish I would have, been able to play ball with him. I think because I'm not sure he remembers me. I think I've had enough FaceTime with him, or
right.
FaceTime with him for him to remember me. But yeah, I would have loved to play basketball with him.
Oh yeah.
So, I mean, he was just
definitely.
Like you said, he showed great leadership. Like leading by example. And I forget who it was that I spoke to about Lieutenant Commander Shipman. About a year or so ago, but he had said that this person had said that he because how the officers have the SWO pin, the Surface Warfare Officer pin.
Yeah.
It's a gold.
Yeah.
It's a gold. What do you call it? What do you call that thing again?
ESWAS.
Yeah, so you have your ESWAS, your enlisted surface warfare specialist, and then you have surface warfare officer. But he's I believe that he was prior enlisted, and he wore his ESWAS pin instead of his SWO pin.
Right.
And I'm not sure how that works as far as following uniform regulations, but that notwithstanding, I thought that was again a cool thing that he did, because he's showing he's showing his people like, hey, I was just like you. He
stayed to his roots. Here's a unique thing about the Navy that I liked, especially being on a destroyer,
mm-hmm.
which is a small ship.
Mm-hmm.
Being a part of the Tin Can Navy,
mm-hmm.
is that every ship has its every ship has its personality. Every command, right, with every captain has its own personality.
Yeah.
And the captains set the precedent as to
mm-hmm.
How formal and how informal you can be
mm-hmm.
on board the ship, right? So when you're underway, it could very well be that it's like, captain's like, all right, XO, why do you wear your enlisted ESWAS pin?
mm-hmm.
And the executive officer tells him why. If the captain approves, then the captain approves, but the captain will probably also say, well, as long as we're understanding that when we're in port, you stick to the formalities of the big Navy.
Mm-hmm.
But while you're on the ship, that's that captain's ship. That's his ship.
Yeah.
He sets the bar, the rules, the president, the precedents, and everything.
We saw that firsthand with Captain Piercy, or Admiral Piercy now. He did, he owned that ship, when he was there. Like, the sayings that, that he would say, was adopted by pretty much everybody. I don't think I know of anybody who was there for the Captain Piercy era, who didn't adopt, his fit to fight to win motto.
I still remember that, dude. Fit to fight to win, dude. I love it. Every time every time I feel like I'm gonna be a little bitch in a workout, I'm
Yeah,
like, fit the fight to win. I push it out.
yeah,
I push it out. I crank it out because fit the fight to win.
exactly. Like you have to be. That was his thing. Like you have to be in fighting shape, and and what's the point? What's the point of getting in the fight if you're not gonna fucking win it? That was
Yeah,
his thing, and I'm like,
exactly.
that's awesome. And I remember going out to the flight deck, or actually, yeah, going out to the flight deck and going through the helo hangers, and he had one helo hanger uh, set up as his gym, at the gym, and
Yeah,
like I thought that was that was brilliant because it's a lot of
yeah,
space, and I remember him going to I was working out, and he came out and was doing his own workout, and he was shrugging like 110 dumbbells like it was nothing,
yeah.
he was
No,
jacked, like Cameron Beasley was jacked,
he he's a
you know
beast. He was a beast. He's still a beast.
yeah,
I don't know if he's still a beast.
yeah,
Yeah. So shout out to Rear Admiral Piercy, wherever you are doing your chief of staff positions.
yeah, yeah,
Just know, Admiral, that if you ever called us back and you were commanding a ship, we'd be there in a heartbeat for you.
yeah, absolutely.
That's for sure.
Absolutely.
That's for sure.
And you're speaking to, what you said about like giving Donald Trump a chance. When he became president, I have a lot of friends and acquaintances, who would say the whole like, "Not my president," or "I'm leaving the country," whatever. I was, I
Yeah.
was of the mind that what, I can't do anything about this, so fuck it, give him a chance to see what you got, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
But look,
dude,
I'm really good. I'm really good at judging people's characters. I'm like, look, I'm gonna give him a chance because maybe he'll surround himself with good people.
hmm
But given his quote unquote leadership style, which isn't actually a style,
hmm
unless you count fucking up a style,
hmm right,
you know.
yeah, well,
Yeah, no, I knew that he was gonna fuck up, and the only reason why I know he was gonna fuck up is because no good leader out there ever says that he's got all the solutions.
right,
If there's anybody who's in a position of leadership, whether they're a manager or a CEO, who says, I'm going to solve all these problems, I'm the only one with the solutions,
hmm
that is an immediate red fucking flag. All right, I'm telling you, anyone who says that's a red flag, and they're setting the entire team up for failure
hmm
right off the bat.
right.
So yeah,
Yeah, I don't know if I'm not sure if you remember having this conversation with me, but I had said, I if we ever went to war, I would
yeah,
I re-enlist. And you said,
yeah,
and you asked me like why, I said because I'm still enough of a patriot to give a shit about this country,
yeah,
regardless of leadership, you know.
yeah. Well, I'm a I'm a little more ideological.
Right. I mean, don't get
I'm a
don't get
little
it
I'm a
twisted.
little more ideological.
Don't
Yeah,
get it
yeah.
twisted.
I'm
I'm ideological too, but
no. I'm a little more ideological, and leadership is important to me,
yeah, yeah,
right? See, as I've as my constantly flapping set of gums and lips keeps pointing out, leadership is a very, very important thing to me,
right,
right? And I don't like to be led by people who are incompetent.
right.
It burns my fucking chops when I have incompetent leadership and there isn't shit I can do about it, and I can't quit.
Yep.
Oh
Just gotta
man,
embrace the
I
suck.
start getting I start no, see, there's a difference between embracing that suck,
Uh-huh.
and embracing the suck from the enemy. That's two to that's two. I start getting subversive. All right, that's when I start setting my leaders up for fucking
No, no.
failure.
I think I
All right.
understand though, because if embracing the suck as it pertains to like the enemy, for example, right? I mean that's your
Yeah.
fucking enemy, right? But
Yeah,
when it comes to when you have to embrace the suck from someone who's supposed to be on your side, I agree. It's
yeah.
completely different.
That's a complete. They're supposed to be on your side, and they're you. I mean, if you got to fight the enemy and your leadership, oh man, you're stuck between a rock and a hard place. You're in a catch 22,
Yeah.
and if you're in a combat situation and you're in that catch 22, man, there are gonna be a lot of people who are gonna fucking die. I mean, here's the thing about Trump's presidency, right? Like the previous 3 years before this fucking pandemic,
Hmm.
it was all fucking fun and games, right? Because
Right.
people weren't actually fucking dying,
Right.
right? Now people are fucking dying, and now you see how all that bullshit translates into deadly bullshit,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
So I understand, like, we're in a pandemic, embrace the suck that way, right? But please don't have us fight the leadership as well as having to fight this fucking virus. That situation sucks
Yeah.
because the only thing that does is cost fucking lives. As we're fucking seeing right now, we're at 140,000 American lives gone.
Yeah. Look, I don't mean to
Dude,
laugh. Like
140,000.
I'm
No,
not I'm
dude.
not laughing because of the deaths. I'm laughing because of how fucking animated you are. It's great. You know what I mean?
You know,
It's like this is
you know what? When I rant, I am hilarious when I'm rant because I mean I get it. Every time I go into a rant, even though I'm spitting truth, I understand how it's funny. I understand because the way I'm presenting it, it is hilarious. And yeah, no, I mean I laugh at funerals, so I mean I'm in the same boat with you. I just happen to be flapping my gums at this point. But yes, no, I mean
yeah. I
Jesus,
love these.
you
I really
know.
love these tirages that you
Uh,
go through. It's not okay. So to me personally,
yeah,
like because I don't follow politics like you do, you
yeah,
know. And
yeah.
the reason I do that is because I know it's gonna piss me off, probably even more than it pisses you off, you know. So that's part of the reason why.
It's because I'm numb to it already.
Right.
I follow it so much. I'm so numb.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. And you know, and that's the reason why I laugh is because, you know, it's like, um, I see how pissed off you are, you know, but
Yeah,
as mad as you are, I'm still learning shit. You know what I mean? You know,
yeah,
because like I said, I don't follow politics like you do, and you know,
yeah.
I get my social commentary, my political commentary from you, and it just so happens that we agree on a majority of, you know, I'd say 99% of you know, what we agree. Like
Right.
we agree with
Yeah,
99% of what we agree on. You know, we agree on
yeah.
99% of stuff. Why am I having a
Oh
difficult
yeah,
time speaking? Like what
absolutely.
the fuck?
Uh,
But yeah, like I was
who
saying,
cares?
right? Like we agree,
It's our
right?
podcast. We can get tongue tied if we
Right.
want.
What I'm
Do
trying to
your
say,
research.
dear
Research that
listeners,
shit.
right? What I'm trying to say, dear listeners, is that Homeboy and I we agree on 99% of the stuff that's going on, you know, and which is why we get along, you know. There is,
Yeah, yeah.
but
No, and
1% is enough of a variety of opinion that we still learn from each other, which is why this shit works, you know.
yeah,
So
yeah. Chino doesn't have any political affiliation whatsoever,
yeah,
which I think is the better way to go overall. Uh, Rather than affiliating yourself with a particular party.
hmm
I was an independent voter for quite a bit, but I mean, at some point you can't straddle the line,
hmm
and that's one of the reasons why I registered as a Republican, because while I may not share a lot of the opinions, conservative ones in particular,
hmm
um, I feel like the party can do better,
right,
right? And I registered as a Republican because of the leadership I had, which is, set the example. I believe that it's possible for Republicans to be progressive
hmm
while holding on to conservative values. Eisenhower was the best example of this.
good old like,
So was Lincoln,
uh-huh,
in terms of having conservative values and being progressive at the same time.
yeah,
So, I feel like I join this party and I just keep, you know, telling people that hey, I'm a Republican, they'll eventually believe me.
Right. They eventually will.
They'll eventually believe
Like
me because what
I'm
they're
not lying
looking at it,
about that.
they're
Like
yeah, they're looking at the label and like, oh, he's one of us. Now he's saying different shit than I'm used to hearing from us, but I kind of like what he's saying, and that's just the way the human brain works, you know.
right.
So you know, while I do call my friends libtard cucks here on the on the podcast, I say it in a very facetious manner
Right.
because again, I'm a Republican. I gotta be demeaning.
Right. It's it wouldn't be on brand if I wasn't demeaning as a
It wouldn't be on
Republican.
brand. Yeah, it wouldn't be on
It
brand.
would
It
be
wouldn't be on brand.
conduct unbecoming of a fucking Republican. You
That's
know,
right.
like it would be like yeah, it would be awkward. You know, like I
Right.
wouldn't feel right if I
Exactly.
wasn't putting anybody down. You know?
Oh man. One of the things that's burned me lately, like what really has been fucking burning my ass is these we talked about them, right? The federal agents that no one that they their uniforms have no markings on them, so you
Mm.
don't know whether what federal agency they're with.
Mm-hmm.
They're using rental cars from Enterprise to snatch people off the streets, right?
Wow.
And now the government is saying that it's the U.S. Marshals
Mm-hmm.
and with the help of Border Patrol and Department of Homeland Security and
Border
you know
Patrol.
right yeah exactly like and ICE and so it's a handful of federal agencies, right, federal law enforcement agencies that are conducting these snatch and grabs. All right,
Mm-hmm.
now I don't know how much the American populace understands what snatch and grabs are,
Mm-hmm.
but I know if you're special operations, Navy SEAL,
Mm-hmm.
Marine Corps, Special Operations, Delta Force, Green Berets,
Mm-hmm.
you know what snatch and grabs are. And you know what you conduct snatch and grabs for,
Right.
right? You do it because you're trying to get information from the fucking enemy.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if the federal government is looking at its citizens as the enemy, that is a very dangerous thing.
Right.
Because I'm willing to bet that if they're not federal agents, then Eric Prince has something to do with that. And if no one knows who Eric Prince is, he was the CEO of Blackwater. He's now the CEO of a different mercenary group that's got their organization outside of the country.
Mm-hmm.
But Eric Prince is related to Betsy DeVos. Now, I don't want to make conspiracy hypotheses here,
Right.
but unmarked uniforms, rented cars sounds a lot like mercenary groups to me.
Yeah, that sounds like hired guns.
Yeah.
You know.
All right, because here's the other thing: all the people that are getting released can't identify any of the officers. And if I wanted to do some dictator, tyrannical, shady shit, this is the way I would fucking do it.
Mm-hmm.
This is the kind of shit. If Homeboy was to be a dictator, this is exactly the kind of dictator bullshit Homeboy would pull if he was aspiring to be a fucking dictator.
This is
I
this would
promise
be
you.
your
I
this
promise
would
you.
be like your enabling act, your Reichstag
Fuck yeah.
fire decree. You know.
No. This is yeah, right. No, this is like this is what you call testing the waters, right?
Right.
So if you're gonna do some mass illegal shit, you got to do illegal shit in a small space to see how much they'll let you get away with,
Yeah.
right? And then if you get away with, you see what you can get away with, and then you do what you can get away with on a mass scale. That's how people were able in Germany were able to just go ahead and be like, oh, they're snatching up the Jews in this one location. Well, that's fine,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then when the Jews started getting snatched up from every other location during the Third Reich, no one batted an eye because they're like, well, they're sending them to re-education camps, so I guess it's okay,
Re-education, right?
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, if you call getting gassed and fucking burned alive,
Right.
re-education, of course they were re-educated. But
Yeah.
no, the rest of us human beings call that fucking genocide.
Yep. It's murder. Murder.
It's murder.
But check this out, dude.
Murder.
So check this out. Last night I saw this movie, and I would like for you to watch it.
Oh, what is it?
It's on. Well, it's not free. My roommate rented it, and
Okay.
she put her on, and it was fucking hilarious. It's called Jojo Rabbit.
Oh, okay.
And
All right.
it's
I know what
about,
you're talking about. Definitely takes place during Nazi Germany.
yes, it takes place during Nazi Germany, and it's about this kid who is in the Hitler Jugend program, the Hitler Youth program,
Right.
and
Hitler Youth. That's
and
right.
he he's in the Hitler Youth program. He's he's a Nazi through and through, or he's this very patriotic, like 10-year-old or 11-year-old boy, patriotic in Nazi Germany standards. And the funny part is his imaginary friend is Hitler himself, and he goes through this kind of discovery of himself. It really is a journey of it's a journey. It's a movie about his journey as a Hitler Jugend member, and it's
Right.
fucking hilarious. It's one of the funniest movies I've seen in recent memory. Like, it's almost it's got kind of like a Napoleon Dynamite vibe. Not I mean, it's not like Napoleon Dynamite, but
Right.
it's got this kind of like tongue-in-cheek way of humorous storytelling. So
Yeah.
I think you would like it because it's fucking hilarious, right?
Right.
Right. And just like the shit they say in this movie, it's not anything like overly offensive, right? But
Right.
but I think they did a good job in making light or making jokes about what was happening in Germany at the time without being offensive, or without dismissing or belittling or diminishing what was happening with the Jewish people. And I think you would like it. I think you'd enjoy the movie, and you should watch it. And maybe one of these days, in one of our episodes, we could do like a movie review.
Yeah, no, definitely. I'll definitely give it a look see. I'll give it a look see.
Yeah.
What streaming service was it?
Amazon,
Amazon?
yeah, Amazon.
Amazon Prime. All right.
Yeah.
All right. I'll give it a look see. I got an Amazon Prime
Yeah.
account,
But like I said, I
can do
do
this.
remember my roommate putting her password and stuff, so I think she rented it. Like, so it's not free on Prime, but you do have to, but we did see it on Prime because she rented the movie for like $3.99 or something like that. So
Okay.
but I think
renting movies on Prime is just like when we used to rent movies from Hollywood Video and Blockbuster.
Yeah. So just in case people who are listening might want to check out the movie as well. It's not free on Prime. You do have to pay extra to rent it, but I think it's worth the price. It's a hilarious movie. So check it out.
All right, I'll give it a look-see for sure.
Jojo Rabbit.
Definitely give it a look-see.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's that time again. I gotta go get those what do they call them? Gingerbread pigs for my little girls.
Say what now? It's the what now?
It's that time again to go get them little gingerbread pigs for my girls because they're wanting some breakfast. I know they're clamoring for it. I mean, they can only distract them with tablets before their little tummies are like, we need to eat.
Yeah, exactly. Before their tummies start talking to everybody.
Right.
So, right on.
So, So, to our listeners, keep covering up your face holes. Trust me, mop level 1. Think of it that way.
Yes, cover up your face holes.
We all default to our lowest level of training.
Yeah.
And sharing is caring. If you like the podcast, go ahead and tell your peoples about it. Mm-hmm. And if you don't, well, then
that's okay too.
That's cool too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's all right too. It's fine.
Yeah. As always, Chino, a pleasure. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
I'll see you again next Sunday.
All right.
Or at least talk to you next Sunday, since not exactly seeing each other.
Yeah, I know what you meant.
Until we can figure out until we can figure out how to make a video of this shit.
Yeah. Yeah, well, it's actually something that Homeboy and I have talked about is how do we do this with video, and we're looking at a few options, a few ideas. So
if you got any recommendations, go ahead, leave that shit in the comments or something.
Yeah.
Because we'd like to present ourselves on YouTube, in some weird digitally disembodied head kind of a way.
Yeah. You want to give everybody our Twitter and Instagram handles,
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you can follow us also on Twitter. You can follow us on Instagram. Both of those are the @Chino and Homeboy.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Yeah.
Go ahead, participate. And you can also follow us on Facebook. Chino and Homeboy on Facebook. Was there anything else that I did? Let's see, was it Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, and YouTube, but we don't have anything up on that channel yet. We're working on it. Working on it.
Yeah.
If we can figure out what kind of exclusives we can put up there, I mean, we'll do that. But we're trying our best.
Yep.
We just got started. Just got started. Wait till we get our firm footing, and then wait till we hit
our stride. We're still we are relative neophytes to this podcast multimedia game. So we'll figure stuff out, and we'll keep you guys posted. So
absolutely.
Yeah, man.
All right, till next Sunday.
Yep.
Keep your face holes covered up. Don't let death catch you slipping.
That's right.
All right, later.
Hey, what's up, homies? You like that shit? Then hit up that like button. Let us know what you think in the comment section. And if you didn't like that shit, then we hope you have a better time fucking yourself. The rest of you homies, go check out another video. Peace.